is with Viagra, one, as I mentioned, it depends on how you take it in relation to food. So I have guys who take it right after they eat or right after they eat a fatty meal, and it just isn't going to work as well in a lot of people when you do that. So you got to take it on an empty stomach. The problem is most prescribers, at least from my experience of the guys who show up in my clinic, don't actually verbalize that information to patients. And so a lot of patients really had no idea that that was the case. The other thing with all of these oral or pill medications is that you have to be stimulated for it to work. So some guys will say, well, what if I take a Cialis and then I go grocery shopping? Well, it depends. If you see someone attractive in the grocery store or, whatever the case may be, if you get aroused, then you might get an erection in the grocery store. But otherwise, you can't just take the medication and kind of go about your day and expect to get the erection. So that's another thing, the arousal, whether it's looking at something or touching yourself or, engaging with your partner, whatever arouses you in that situation. The other thing too is things like stress can even overcome medications like Viagra, even high dose medications of Viagra and Cialis. So the Viagra, what it does is it prolongs that period of time that nitric oxide works in your body. And remember that nitric oxide relaxes tissue in the penis, opens up blood vessels to allow more blood flow to come in. But when you're stressed out, and you may not even feel like you're stressed out, why? Because all of us are so used to this chronic state of stress that we may not even realize it anymore when we are stressed out. But when you are stressed, your penis doesn't need to work.
No.
And so what happens is your body is actually responding and you're closing off or you're vasoconstricting those blood vessels. So even if you're taking Viagra, those blood vessels they still may not open if you're stressed out. Now, there are reasons why people who, let's say, take Viagra, Cialis, but they don't get those reliable results. That's one reason why they might try one of these other options that are more reliable. So yeah, it doesn't work, every single time you take any of these medications, and oftentimes because of those reasons that I verbalized.